Hi there, Steve Arterburn here. We're continuing our series on Narcissistic Personality Disorder. And the resource that most of this material is in is Understanding and Loving a Person with Narcissistic Personality Disorder. Patricia Kuhlman helped me write this great book for all the stuff you need to understand. Secondly, take your life back. A narcissist consumes everything, including people, and destroys everything, including people. And this book will help you figure out how in the world can I get back the life that I thought I was going to live so I can live the dream or the calling that God had on my life. And then finally, healing is a choice. There are 10 choices here, like feeling rather than trying to hide your feelings or act like they're not there. Connecting with another person. These are choices that are so valuable, and if you don't make them, you really end up sicker the longer you don't make those choices. But there's a whole section on how do we accept the reality of this person that we're with, and how do we grieve what we've lost, and how do we even embrace and then forgive. And it really is difficult to forgive when the offenses continue on over and over again. And what is the impact on a person who lives with someone with narcissistic personality disorder? Well, one is you often feel drained, because when they come in, they've got their own thoughts, agenda, perspective, and they don't really feel anything that you feel. You could also say they don't care. They're so busy caring about themselves. And remember, this comes from a wound down inside. It comes from something deep inside. And so it's not just, hey, they should have a better attitude or something. They need to get the help to work on that wound, which is often the wound of neglect and abandonment. And they're trying to compensate, making sure no one ever neglects them or abandons them ever again. So they develop an unhealthy dependency on you, and you develop a dependency on the whole fray, and you get drained in the process. And your self-worth just goes away. It plummets. And you feel like you're a puppet, and you don't matter to the narcissist, and you don't matter to anybody. Also, your self-worth is so low that there's so many things you could do, you don't even try anymore, because you're so busy processing the guilt, the shame, which are impacts of working with or living with a narcissistic personality disorder. Got all that going on, and in the meantime, the narcissist has certain hurdles that the narcissist wants you to jump over or live up to, a bar that is a standard. And what does that do? It provides them with what we call the narcissistic supply. They want you supplying them with anything they didn't get out in the world. And so they're going to demand that you jump this high, fixing them food and things, waiting on them, praising them, agreeing with them. All of that. So no wonder you want to isolate, which is an impact that you would naturally have. And you feel so manipulated that the only way you're not going to be manipulated is get away from this person. And you end up feeling, like you're unheard, you're unimportant, you're unknown, and you're unloved. And what all of this adds up to is what we would call emotional and psychological trauma. It's really important that you understand all of these impacts on your life. Maybe you know someone who lives with a narcissist. You might want to expect that that person is going through everything that I've just described, and they need a lot of help. If they're going to take their life back, they're going to need to really confront in a gentle way. And finally, maybe even have an interventionist come in and make a radical move so this person wakes up to what's going on and sees that there is a path of hope and healing. And we'll talk about that healing next time on our discussion on narcissistic personality disorder.